XP211 works to ensure visibility and control of your projects. What does that mean? Well, by visibility and control, we might define that as collaboration of information amongst groups. Projects, we might define that as any activity those groups have with one another. Now, at this point, we might go into the application and start clicking around and showing you different ways to collaborate and illustrating just how cool our software is. But let's do something different and maybe take an idea from the UPS guy. When we talk about collaboration, we break down those groups into four main categories: coworkers, customers, vendors, and partners. Now, the revolution of XP211 is you're collaborating in real time with internal as well as external groups. That's significant. Let's talk about how that works. So, an online form or a cash sale or an application or a selection form, some form of communication comes in, that person submits. Let's say it's a customer. The customer submits the form. The system will generate a contact record with, we're assuming, an email address. That email address allows us to communicate in real time with our customer. So when that form comes in, there's workflow built behind it. That workflow might say, if from Ohio, then alert territory rep Bob. So Bob gets an alert, says, okay, contact just came in, needs a quote. Bob prepares the quote and submits it. Bob's manager, John, receives an alert that says, you have one quote to approve. Once John approves the quote then will go to what we call a customer center. Now, the customer center is how the customer will communicate with you. Collaboration amongst information would be any files, any information, transactions that are important to the customer will be viewed in the customer center. So when the customer, let's say Ray the customer goes in and says, okay, I approve the quote. In one click, workflow then, operational workflow, it can then be executed. So we have all sales workflow here, operations here. Instantly, maybe preferred vendors receive POs, or operations might be to assign a service group if you're a service-oriented company, or maybe pull stock off the shelves if you're pick, pack, and ship. Once the service or the product is then shipped, or the service is then complete, then an invoice is generated. That invoice can then be paid by the customer, again, in the customer center. So in one click, they can pay online, submit a check, so forth, ACH. That invoice, once paid, all of these tasks or all of that workflow that occurred from start to finish can then be tallied. If you're a time-based organization, maybe as far as inventory, but you subtract the invoice from the cost and you receive a project or a profit margin. Now, thus, in summary, what XP211, the problem it sets out to solve is collaboration amongst these four core groups. Internal as well as external, real-time collaboration. The result of which is a reduction in the amount of resources it takes to service your customers. Tasks and work orders are tallied in operations as well as sales, so that the visibility to management is in real time. Therefore, we can say to our customers, our objective is that you'll make more money after the system than before. That's the return we're looking for, and that's the bottom line profitability that we strive to achieve. All of that said, there's a key point that's been missed, and that is we do not need to achieve total integration in order for us to achieve our objective. Our objective is a return on investment for our customers. We can cut into your existing system using this online form. Once the form is completed, let's say it's on your website, let's say it's an internal document, an application process, we get the form, it pushes into our database, and then we can generate that data back to your system. We could also integrate with external inventory sources, build a gateway, and that gateway comes in, boom, and can push to your system. There's multiple ways of using technology and using the system to, again, achieve our ultimate objective, which is a return on investment where we leave our customers in a more profitable position after the system than before.